Everybody, nice to meet you. Our little verse of Psalm chapter 107. Let's read it together. Give thanks to the Lord, for He is good. His love endures forever. Let the redeemed of the Lord say this: those He redeemed from the land of the foe, those He gathered from the lands, from east and west, from north and south. Some wandered in desert wastelands, finding a way to the city where they could settle. They were hungry and thirsty, and their rivers ebbed away. Then they cried out to the Lord in their trouble, and He delivered them from their distress. He led them by the straight way to a city where they could settle. Let them give thanks to the Lord for His unfailing love and His wonderful deeds for man. For He sacrificed the thirsty and fills the hungry with good things. Some sat in darkness and the deepest gloom, prisoners suffering in iron chains. For they had rebelled against the word of God and despised the counsel of the Most High. So He subjected them to bitter labor. They stumbled, and there was no one to help. Then they cried to the Lord in their trouble, and He saved them from their distress. He brought them out of darkness and the deepest gloom and broke away their chains. Let them give thanks to the Lord for His unfailing love and His wonderful deeds for man. For He broke down gates of bronze and cut through bars of iron. Some became fools through their rebellious ways and suffered affliction because of their iniquities. They lost all food and drew near the gates of death. Then they cried to the Lord in their trouble, and He saved them from their distress. He sent forth His word and healed them and rescued them from the grave. Let them give thanks to the Lord for His unfailing love and His wonderful deeds for man. Let them sacrifice thanks offerings and tell His works with song of joy. Others went out on the sea in ships. They were merchants on the mighty waters. They saw the works of the Lord, His wonderful deeds in the deep. For He spoke and stirred up a tempest that lifted high the waves. They mounted up to the heavens and went down to the depths. In their first their crosses melted away. They reeled and staggered like a drunken man. They were at their wits' end. Then they cried out to the Lord in their trouble. He brought them out of their distress. He stilled the storm to a whisper. The waves of the sea were hushed. They were glad when His grew calm and guided them to their desired heaven. Let them give thanks to the Lord for His unfailing love and His wonderful deeds for man. Let them exalt Him in the assembly of the people and praise Him in the council of the elders. He turned rivers into a desert, flowing springs into thirsty ground, and fruitful land into a sort of waste because of the wickedness of those who live there. He turned the desert into full of water and the parched ground into flowing springs. There He brought them hungry to live, and they founded a city their way could settle. They threw field and planted vineyard that yields a fruitful harvest. He blessed them, and their numbers great increased, and He did let their hosts damaged. Then their numbers decreased, and they were humbled by oppression, calamity, and sorrow. He who poured contempt on lovers made them wander in a trackless waste. For He put the days out of their affliction and increased their families like flocks. The omniscient see and rejoice, but all the wicked shut their mouths. Whoever is wise, let him heed these things and consider the great love of the Lord. Psalm chapter 107, verses 1 through 43. Thank you. Hello everybody, nice to meet you. Our little was we got Psalm chapter 108. Let's read it together. My heart is steadfast, O God, I will sing and make music with all my soul. Awake, harp and lyre, I will awake the dawn. I will praise you, O Lord, among the nations. I will sing over you among the peoples. For great is your love, higher than the heavens. Your faithfulness reaches to the skies. Be exalted, O God, above the heavens, and let your glory be over all the earth. Save us and help us with your right hand, that those you love may be delivered. God has spoken from his sanctuary. In triumph I will parcel out Shechem and measure up the valley of Succoth. Gilead is mine, Manasseh is mine, Ephraim is my helmet, Judah my scepter. Moab is my wash basin, upon Edom I toss my sandal, over Philistia I shout in triumph. Who will bring me to the fortified city? Who will lead me to Edom? Is it not you, O God, you who have rejected us and no longer go out with our armies? Give us aid against the enemy, for the heart of man is worthless. With God we will gain the victory, and he will trample down our enemies. Psalm chapter 108, verses 1 through 13. Thank you. Hello everybody, nice to meet you. Our reading was Psalm chapter 109. Let's read it together. O God, whom I praise, do not remain silent. For wicked and deceitful men have opened their mouths against me. They have spoken against me with lying tongues. With words of hatred they surround me. They attack me without cause. In return for my friendship they accuse me, but I am a man of prayer. They repay me evil for good and hatred for my friendship. Appoint an evil man to oppose him. Let an accuser stand at his right hand. When he is tried, let him be found guilty, and may his phrase condemn him. May his days be few, may another take his place of leadership. May his children be fatherless and his wife a widow. May his children be wandering beggars. May they be driven from their ruined homes. May a creditor seize all he has. May strangers plunder the fruits of his labor. May no one extend kindness to him or take pity on his father's children. May his descendants be cut off, their names blotted out from the next generation. May the iniquity of his fathers be remembered before the Lord. May the sin of his mother never be blotted out. May their sins always remain before the Lord, that he may cut off the memory of them from the earth. For he never thought of drawing a kindness, but hounded to death the poor and the needy and the broken-hearted. He loved to pronounce a curse. May it come on him. He found no pleasure in blessing. May it be far from him. He wore cursing as his garment. It entered into his body like water, into his bones like oil. Make it feel like a cloak wrapped about him, like a felt tied forever around him. May this be the Lord's payment to my accusers, to those who speak evil of me. But you, O sovereign Lord, deal well with me for your name's sake. Out of the goodness of your love, deliver me. For I am fraud and needy, and my heart is wounded within me. I fade away like evening shadow. I am shaken over like a locust. My lips give way from fasting. My body is thin and gaunt. I am an object of scorn to my accusers. When they see me, they shake their heads. Help me, O Lord, my God, save me in accordance with your law. Let them know that is your hand, that you, O Lord, have done it. They may curse, but you will bless. That when they attack, they will be put to shame, but your servant will rejoice. My accusers will be clothed with disgrace and wrapped in shame as in a cloak. With my mouth I will great extol the Lord. In the great strong I will praise him. For he stands at his right hand of the needy one to save his life from those who condemn him. Psalm chapter 109 verse 1 through 31. Thank you. Hello everybody, nice to meet you. Our read was Psalm chapter 110 through 111. Let's read it together. The Lord said to my Lord, sit on my right hand until I make your enemies a footstool for your feet. The Lord will extend your mighty scepter from Zion. You will rule in the midst of your enemies. Your troops will be willing on your day of battle. Arrayed in holy majesty from the womb of the dawn, you will receive the dew of your youth. The Lord has sworn and will not change his mind. You are a priest forever in the order of Melchizedek. The Lord is at your right hand. He will crush kings on the day of his wrath. He will judge the nations, heaping on the dead and crushing the rulers of the whole earth. He will drink from a frog's sides the way. Therefore he will lift up his head. Praise the Lord, I will extol the Lord with all my heart in the council of the night and in the assembly. Great are the works of the Lord. They are wondered by all who delight in them. Glorious and majestic are his deeds, and his righteousness endures forever. He has caused his wonders to be remembered. The Lord be gracious and compassionate. He provides food for those who fear him. He remembers his covenant forever. He has shown his people the power of his works, giving them to the lands of other nations. The works of his hands are faithful and just, and all his precepts are trustworthy. They are steadfast forever and ever, done the faithfulness and omnipotence. He provided redemption for his people. He ordained his covenant forever. Holy and awesome is his name. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. All who follow his precepts have good understanding. To him belongs eternal praise. Psalm chapter 110 through 111. Thank you. Hello everybody, nice to meet you. Our read was Psalm chapter 112 through 113. Let's read it together. Praise the Lord. Blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who finds great delight in his commands. His children will be mighty in the land, and the generation of the ungodly will be blessed. Wealth and riches are in his house, and his righteousness endures forever. Even in darkness light dawns for the ungodly, for the gracious and compassionate and righteous man. Good will come to him who is generous and reigns freely, who conducts his affairs with justice. Surely he will never be shaken. A righteous man will be remembered forever. He will have no fear of bad news. His heart is steadfast, trusting in the Lord. His heart is secure. He will have no fear. In the end, he will look in triumph on its folds. He has scattered abroad his gifts to the poor. His righteousness endures forever. His horn will be lifted high in honor. The wicked man will see and vexed. He will lash his teeth and waste away. The ruin of his wicked will come to nothing. Praise the Lord, praise, O servants of the Lord, praise the name of the Lord. Let the name of the Lord be praised, both now and forevermore. From the rising of the sun to the place where it set, the name of the Lord is to be praised. The Lord is exalted over all the nations, his glory over the heavens. Who is like the Lord our God, the one who sits enthroned on high, who stooped down to look on the heavens and the earth. He raises the poor from the dust and lifts the needy from the ash heap. He sits down with the princes of their people. He settles the barren woman in her home as a happy mother of children. Praise the Lord. Psalm chapter 112 through 113. Thank you.